Firstly, namaste, ab kaise hai? Oh look, potentially, and I think it's already started. I think it's already happening. On one hand, you have to look at a young kid coming through. What's his ambition or what's her ambition? Is it to play for India or play for Australia? Or does he or she want to go on to play a T20 version and either represent a club at IPL or another different franchise? So to me, I was very lucky I didn't have to make that choice. It was always Australia first, and I picked Australia first, so I still would pick Australia first to play, and then the other franchises then can actually encompass what you've got, but it's playing for your country first, in my opinion. I know things will change down the next couple of years. If you look at T20 cricket first, what does T20 cricket bring? Excitement, fun, energy. It's over in 3.5 hours. And you think about the kids too. The kids now are on their devices, on their phones, and they want action quickly. So they want things to happen, right? If you look at Test, 50 over, T20, T10 cricket, I don't think there's room for all 4 or even 5 different formats. So T20 will always stay. 50 over cricket, who knows what's going to happen with that? But then Test cricket. So if I was to pick 2, I'd go T20 and Test cricket, even though that playing 50 over cricket was one of my favourite formats. It's a tough call, but we've got to make sure that we keep looking after Test cricket, because that's obviously where it all started. That's the history of the game, and that's the one that I love. Yeah, if you look at the calibre of players that are on show currently, yeah, there's some wonderful fast bowlers. A lot of teams now are starting to produce some good fast bowlers. We've seen it with India over the last 5 or 6 years. You've got guys coming through. Mohammad Shami's been around a long time. You think of Mohammad Siraj, you think of Bhuvaneshwar Kumar, good quality fast bowlers. You think about Pakistan, they've got a conveyor belt of young fast bowlers coming through. I still want to see guys though, because you asked a question about what eras, it's hard to compare eras. One thing we've seen with cricket, with batting, is that the improvement of the batting has gone up tenfold. The bats are better structured, lighter weight, hitting bigger sixes, but still the pace over the last 20 years hasn't really increased. You think with the technology and training and fitness, the guys should be bowling 160, 165 Ks, but it hasn't happened. So people are comfortable bowling at 135 to 140 Ks. Yes, you'll get the guys occasionally hit that 150 mark. So are we seeing better bowlers? Well, potentially yes, but we're not seeing quicker bowlers. So I think the way that we structure training, I think sometimes there's an emphasis on too much gym work, bulking up too much, where we know all the best fast bowlers are guys that can run in and bowl. Good athletes, lean muscle mass. To me, that's the best way. I want to have both. Umran Malik, I like him, and the reason why I like him because he's an athlete. If I'm going to say a young fast bowler, a boy or a girl, what's the best way to bowl fast? Work on your sprinting. You look at the way Umran Malik runs into bowl, he's an athlete, he's a sprinter. You could take the cricket ball out of his hand, you could make him a 400 metre or a 200 metre or 100 metre sprinter. That's what you need to be a good fast bowler. So guys that will come in off a shorter run, might hit 140 Ks, but they're not going to bowl that 160 K mark. Someone like an Umran Malik, he's got pace to burn, and control will come with age. I was often asked, would you rather slow your pace down and swing the ball? I said, well, why not do both? I'd have to say my favourite would probably be Ricky Ponting. Played under Steve Waugh, played under Mark Taylor in New South Wales, didn't play under him for Australia. Played under Warney, played under Gilchrist on, when other whether it's Ricky or Michael Clark wasn't available for injury. But the thing with Ricky Ponting is that he's just a great man manager. You know, he understands the players. He puts the players first. What you see with Ricky is what you get. Very honest and upfront, but very trustworthy. And I think you need that as a leader. Well, I think there was a time we were playing in Brisbane. In the first innings, I was on the outer. I wasn't bowling well. I was probably going to get dropped for the next game. And it's just that leadership skills, those qualities where someone comes and puts their arm around you and says, mate, don't worry about taking wickets. You know, don't stress about what's going to happen if you don't take wickets. Don't worry about if you don't get the ball in the, you know, take all that negative away. So what he did very, very well was like put the fun back into it and said, just go out and bowl, have some fun. If they nick it, I'll catch it. And I picked up 5 in the second innings and I was back in the team. See, everyone's always against Kohli. I hear it all the time. Kohli this, Kohli that. I mean, Kohli's one of the best cricketers ever on earth, to be honest. We've been blessed with Sachin Tendulkar. We've been blessed with Brian Lara. We've been blessed with Jacques Kallis, in my opinion, is the best cricketer, period. Sachin, in my opinion, is the best batsman we've seen. Virat Kohli, tell you what, he's just gone from strength to strength. Now, if Kohli misses out, the limelight's on him because he's such a key figurehead. And now we talk about social media. Everyone's got an opinion. Like, he can't score 50 every single time he bats. So I'm a massive fan of Kohli, and I sometimes think that we put too much pressure on Kohli, and it's what's happened now. You know, 1.3 billion people here in India want Kohli to get 100 every time he bats. But I'd say, aram se, let him do his trade, let him do his work. He's great for cricket, he's fine. He's built the stature because of how good he's played, not because he's come in with some famous name before he even started cricket. He's worked his backside off to get to where he is. I mean, if you have a look at the way that his career's, the trajectory from IPL into being one of the best athletes, not the best cricketer, one of the best athletes in the world. I mean, look at his fitness, look at his longevity, look at the way he scored, have a look at his numbers, and then come back and say, should we drop him or not? So have some patience with him. And my advice would be to the team and I guess the management and also the fans is that these guys are gold. They don't come. It's a once in a lifetime generation player. I think it's how you deal with life and what you're trying to achieve. Now, unfortunately or fortunately for us, if we have a bad day at work, the world sees it. If you don't do the best interview that you like, and we're all very harsh critics on ourselves, and you would have had times where you've gone, that wasn't the best one, or I could have done that differently. But I'm sure the boss will come and say something, but you know, 1.3 billion people don't see that. Whereas a sports person, if we're in the limelight, then everyone is so critical of not getting wickets, not scoring runs. I call this emotional wave. Highest of highs, don't be too excited. Lowest of lows, don't be too down. Compress that emotional wave. And when you have your good times and your bad times, they're not too far apart. We'll mention 2003 World Cup. But honestly, getting my baggy green for the first time, because that was what I wanted to do as a young kid. And also having the pleasure and the opportunity to walk out on the cricket field for the first time in one-day cricket with my older brother Shane. Seeing Shane lead number 20 on his back, thinking that 2 brothers from the same family have played for their country, that was pretty special. Australia, India. India have got a very good chance, even though with what's happened recently in the Asia Cup, but that's fine, it happens. I think Australia with their home ground, they understand the wickets, coming off some good form recently. Obviously they won the last tournament. Pakistan I think are a good chance, but you know, you look at teams like Afghanistan, you look at teams like South Africa, a couple of dark horses there which might pop up and win some games, but deep down I think India got a good chance, and definitely Australia.